It's only been a few years since America started to make cars that not only go fast in a straight line but also can turn. Before that, almost all of the high performance cars came from American manufacturers was kind of a one-trick pony. America's beloved sports car, the Corvette, was no different. It was a bit terrible when compared to those refined and elegant European sports cars. But with the C7 Corvette, Chevy was able to smoothen out a lot of rough edges of the Corvette. The car is refined, it is well built, it rides well, and most importantly, it drives nice. All these improvements clearly showed in the sales. Chevy sold this car like hotcakes. But just like every other Corvette, the C7 Corvette was plagued by one serious problem. It has that same tendency to kill you if you push it to the limit. But when the hardcore version, the Z06 came out, everyone got excited, including me. The new Z06 was thoroughly modern like never before. It has all that go faster bits to make it fast around a corner and abundance of power to rocket out of them. Despite being so powerful and track-oriented, the car was surprisingly refined and people had no issues in using it on a daily basis. On paper, it seemed that the Corvette Z06 was unbeatable, but no. The Z06, just like every other Corvette, was a half-baked cake. When the Motor Trend pitched this car against the Nismo GTR on the track, the GTR destroyed it, and that was a surprise for everyone. Because the GTR was clearly the underdog in that test, with less power, more weight, and less equipments. The problem with the Z06 was, even though the Z06 had all that high-tech equipments like the MagneRide shocks, Brembo carbon ceramic brakes, Michelin Cup 2 tires, the car just wasn't very well put together. It was making too much power for the chassis to handle. Now it's the time for the last and the ultimate iteration of the C7 Corvette, the ZR1. Chevy is planning to send off the Z7 Corvette with a bang. The ZR1 Corvette is going to be the most powerful and most agile Corvette ever produced. The new ZR1 is gunning for the street-legal race car void left by the Dodge Viper ACR. Since the Chevy is planning to make the ZR1 as hardcore as possible, this car may not be as nice as the current Corvettes to drive on a daily basis. The big visual difference between current Corvettes and the ZR1 is that giant Bensine spoiler. The front bumper valance is also completely redesigned with the three massive air intakes which extends almost to the edge of the front fenders. And the front splitter is much bigger than the Z06. The ZR1 will also have a sculpted hood with different heat extractor vents compared to the Z06. The giant rear wing hints towards the extensive use of aero in the ZR1 like never before. A recent patent filed by the GM suggests that the upcoming ZR1 might have an active aero package for better track performance. According to the patent, the active aero package will include an adjustable spoiler, front splitter, diffuser, and an adjustable ride height system. But most of the people don't care much about that kind of stuff. What they want to know is what's under the hood. As of right now, no one really knows what the ZR1 will be having under the hood. And as always, there are many rumors about the engine and the power figures. Most probably, the ZR1 will use a tricked-up version of the 6.2-liter supercharger V8 from the Z06, which already makes a ridiculous 650 brake horsepower. With the ZR1, it is expected that the Corvette will enter to the 700 bhp club. That is just bonkers for a sports car. There have also been rumors about a new twin-turbo version of the ZR1, but I don't think that the GM will go that far. A naturally aspirated dual overhead cam LT5 6.2-liter V8 is also in the rumors, which Chevy has been developing for quite some time. But it is very unlikely to see that in the upcoming ZR1 because Chevy would like to reserve that engine for the next generation mid-engine Corvette. The power will be supplied to the rear wheel through a 7-speed manual or 8-speed automatic transmission. If you have already pre-ordered the ZR1, you should keep one thing in mind. The car is just freaking loud. It is so loud that the Chevy was forced to fit a weird-looking pipe in the exhaust during the testing in the Nürburgring. So you may not be able to keep a good relation with your neighbor with this car. Honestly, I don't care if the ZR1 only makes 650 horsepower. I just want it to be a better driver's car. And I do really hope that the Chevy won't screw up this time with the ZR1 and will live up to the road legal race car image.